Today, we're going to talk about a topic that's near and dear to everyone's heart. Saving money. We're all guilty of making mistakes when it comes to saving money. But don't worry, because in this video, we're going to highlight 10 common mistakes that everyone makes when saving money. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn how to avoid these mistakes and become a master at saving money. Mistake 1, not having a plan. Picture this. You're walking through a dense forest without a compass or a map. You have no idea where you're going or what you're doing. This is exactly how it feels when you try to save money without a plan. Not having a plan is the first and the most common mistake that people make when it comes to saving money. When you don't have a plan, you're essentially flying blind. You have no clear direction, no goals to aim for, and no idea what you're saving for. As a result, you're more likely to get sidetracked, overspend, and lose sight of your financial goals. A good plan is like a roadmap that helps you navigate through the financial landscape. It helps you set realistic goals, prioritize your expenses, and create a budget that works for you. By having a plan, you can stay focused, motivated, and on track to achieve your financial goals. So, the next time you're tempted to save money without a plan, remember that it's like wandering in a forest without a compass. You'll likely end up lost and confused. Mistake 2, saving too little. We'll get to that in a second. I have a favor to ask of you. If you like this video so far, please subscribe to the channel. Saving money is a lot like filling a bucket. The more you put in, the more you'll have. However, one of the biggest mistakes people make when saving money is saving too little. Saving too little is like trying to fill a bucket with a teaspoon. It's slow, frustrating, and never seems to be enough. When you don't save enough, you'll struggle to reach your financial goals and may even fall short when unexpected expenses arise. To avoid this mistake, it's important to set realistic savings goals and make saving a habit. Start by setting a target amount to save each month and make it a priority to achieve that goal. Look for opportunities to cut expenses. Increase your income and save wherever you can. By making a conscious effort to save more, you'll be able to fill your financial bucket faster and achieve your goals with greater ease. Remember, every little bit counts, so don't be discouraged if you can only save a little at a time. Consistent and incremental progress is key when it comes to building wealth and achieving financial stability. Don't let the mistake of saving too little hold you back from reaching your full potential. Chapter 3, failing to track spending. Where did all your money go? Saving money is a journey, and just like any journey, it is essential to have a map to guide you. Keeping track of your spending is the compass that will help you navigate the terrain. However, failing to track your expenses is a mistake that many people make, and it can derail your efforts to save money. It's easy to fall into the trap of mindless spending, especially when you're not keeping track of your expenses. You may think that you're doing everything right, but without proper record keeping, you might be overspending and not even realize it. It's like driving without a speedometer. You may think you're driving within the speed limit, but in reality, you're going way too fast. Failing to track your spending makes it difficult to identify areas where you can cut back. You might not realize that you're spending too much on takeout food, subscriptions, or even utilities. With no idea where your money is going, you could end up with an empty bank account before the month is over. Tracking your spending doesn't have to be tedious. There are various apps and tools available that make it easy to monitor your expenses. You can also use spreadsheets or pen and paper to record your expenses. Whatever method you choose, make sure to review it regularly and adjust your budget accordingly. Mistake 4, not prioritizing savings. It's easy to put off saving money when there are bills to pay and expenses to cover, but failing to prioritize savings can lead to missed opportunities to build wealth and achieve financial goals. If saving money is not a top priority, it's easy to let other expenses take precedence, such as dining out or shopping for non-essential items. People who fail to prioritize saving money may find themselves struggling to pay off debt or having to dip into their savings when unexpected expenses arise. This can create a vicious cycle of financial stress and insecurity. Prioritizing savings requires a mindset shift and a commitment to putting aside a portion of income each month. This means making a budget that includes a savings category and sticking to it. It may also mean making sacrifices in other areas, such as cutting back on dining out or delaying the purchase of non-essential items. In the long run, prioritizing savings can lead to financial stability and freedom. It can mean being able to afford unexpected expenses without going into debt, having a safety net for emergencies, and achieving long-term financial goals. Mistake 5, relying too much on credit. Saving money is essential for building a secure financial future, but it can be a challenge, especially when you find yourself relying on credit to make ends meet. While credit can provide a short-term solution, it can lead to long-term debt if not managed properly. One common mistake people make when saving money is relying too much on credit. Using credit to make purchases that you cannot afford can quickly become a vicious cycle. It's important to understand that credit is not a replacement for savings, and relying on it too much can lead to financial trouble down the line. By putting all of your purchases on credit, you may also miss out on potential discounts or cashback offers that come with paying in cash. It's important to find a balance between using credit when necessary and relying on your savings to cover your expenses. Avoid the temptation to take on more credit than you can afford, and make sure you have a plan to pay it off as soon as possible. This will not only help you save money in the long run, but it will also protect your credit score and overall financial health. Mistake 6, not having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable and unexpected expenses can occur at any moment. Without an emergency fund, you may be left scrambling to find ways to cover these costs. It's easy to assume that these unforeseen expenses won't happen to you, but the truth is, they can happen to anyone. That's why having an emergency fund is crucial to your financial stability. One of the most common mistakes people make when saving money is not having an emergency fund. When you don't have an emergency fund, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to financial stress and potentially devastating consequences. Without an emergency fund, you may be forced to rely on credit cards or loans to cover unexpected expenses, which can quickly spiral out of control. This can lead to a cycle of debt that's difficult to break free from. An emergency fund should be a top priority when it comes to saving money. It should be able to cover at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. This way, if an unexpected expense does arise, you'll be able to cover it without putting yourself in debt or jeopardizing your financial stability. Mistake 7, impulse buying. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and spend money on things that we don't need. But impulse buying can quickly eat away at our savings and leave us with little to show for it. This mistake is often the result of emotional triggers or a lack of self-control. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded with advertisements and marketing messages that make us feel like we need certain products. It takes discipline and mindfulness to resist the urge to buy on impulse. One effective strategy is to delay purchases by taking a moment to think about whether we really need the item and if it aligns with our financial goals. Another way to avoid impulse buying is to create a list of things we need to buy and stick to it. When we go shopping, we should focus on buying only the items on our list, avoiding distractions and impulse purchases. By doing so, we can better manage our finances and avoid regrettable purchases that drain our savings. Mistake 8, not shopping around. One reason people may not shop around is because they assume that the first price they see is the best price they can get. This is far from the truth, as prices can vary widely from store to store and even within the same store at different times. By doing some research and comparison shopping, you can often find better deals and save yourself some serious cash. Another reason people may not shop around is because they simply don't have the time or energy to do so. With busy schedules and countless responsibilities, it can be tempting to just grab what you need and go. However, by prioritizing shopping around and making it a regular part of your routine, you can save money in the long run and make the most of your hard-earned cash. It's also important to keep in mind that shopping around doesn't just mean looking for the lowest price. You should also consider factors like quality, durability, and customer service when making your purchasing decisions. While a cheaper option may seem like a good deal initially, it could end up costing you more in the long run if it doesn't hold up or doesn't meet your needs. Mistake 9, neglecting to reassess saving strategies. When you neglect to reassess your saving strategy, you risk missing out on potential savings opportunities. You may continue using the same old savings techniques that worked in the past, but may not be effective in the present. Your financial situation and goals are not stagnant and require periodic adjustments to match your current situation. Failing to reassess your saving strategy can also lead to stagnation and a lack of motivation. Seeing no significant changes in your savings account despite your efforts can be discouraging. Reassessing your saving strategy can help you identify areas where you can make improvements and create renewed motivation to reach your financial goals. Another problem with neglecting to reassess your saving strategy is that it can result in missed opportunities for earning more money. By not keeping up with changes in the market or neglecting new savings options, you could be missing out on better rates, higher interest savings accounts, or other opportunities to grow your savings. To avoid this mistake, it is essential to set aside time to assess your saving strategies periodically. Review your budget, track your spending, and evaluate your goals to ensure they align with your current situation. Identify areas where you can save more or make changes to your current strategies to maximize your savings potential. Mistake 10, not celebrating milestones. Celebrate the milestones no matter how small they are. Did you manage to save a few dollars on your grocery bill this week? Celebrate it. Did you reach your monthly savings goal? Take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate it. Celebrating your savings milestones can help you stay motivated and focused on your goal. It's an opportunity to reflect on your progress and feel good about what you've accomplished. Celebrating your milestones doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money. You can celebrate in small ways, such as cooking a special meal at home or taking a walk in nature. It's important to remember that saving money is not just about reaching a specific number in your bank account. It's also about creating a sustainable lifestyle that aligns with your values and goals. Celebrating your savings milestones can help you create a positive and healthy relationship with money. Remember, saving money is not just about cutting expenses, it's also about creating a sustainable financial plan that fits your lifestyle. By avoiding these mistakes and implementing smart strategies, you can reach your financial goals and live a more fulfilling life. So don't be too hard on yourself if you've made some of these mistakes in the past. Instead, use them as a learning opportunity and continue on your journey towards financial freedom.